Quick question. Is Adrien Broner the Ben Simmons of boxing? I have personally discovered that there are 7 different similarities between the two of them. They have 7 things in common. Now, here's the thing. Before I provide you with the 7 similarities or the 7 things that Adrien Broner and Ben Simmons have in common, I would like to encourage you, please subscribe to this channel. And while you're at it, there's a like button. You can click the like button, and you can also contribute to the channel by showing your support through Super Thanks. Yup, there's an icon called Super Thanks, and I appreciate it in advance if you click on that Super Thanks to continue to help me grow this channel. And I once again appreciate it. Yep, I just wanted to give you time to do those things. Now that you've done it, let's get into this video. Now, if you don't know who Ben Simmons is, Ben Simmons is an NBA basketball player. Well, you know him from my hometown, right? The Philadelphia 76ers. That's where he started his career in the NBA, but he's currently playing for the Brooklyn Nets. Now, we all know who Adrien the Problem Broner is, right? In fact, he actually have a fight coming up this February of 2023 on BLK Prime. Now, let's get right into this. Ben Simmons, young, up-and-coming, very, very talented. Not only was he very, very talented, but he was very productive in the court. Same thing with Adrien Broner. Adrien Broner was young, up-and-coming, and very, very talented. Not only was he very, very talented coming up, but he also was very productive in the ring. Ben Simmons, he have a lot of different highlights and awards. Very decorated from 2019 to about 2021, so to speak. Well, Adrien Broner, he also has a few highlights and awards. More notably, he is a multiple champion and multiple different weight classes. Number 3, Ben Simmons. He lost important playoff games, including Game 7 at home in my hometown in Philadelphia against the Atlanta Hawks. And I'm going to tell you, that arena was packed with loyal 76ers fans. It was total pandemonium. Woo! I was there. Of course, that was me that was recording on my phone. In any event, Adrien Broner, man, he also lost an important fight. Most notably, the one against Marcos Maidana. And I believe that Ben Simmons was not the same, obviously, after him and the other 76ers players lost that Game 7 home game in the playoffs. And I also believe that Adrien Broner was not the same mentally and or physically after he lost against Marcos Maidana. Well, that basically segued me into number 4. Ben Simmons' production began to fade even going into that Game 7 series with the Atlanta Hawks, even going into the playoffs. He was very, very unproductive, so to speak, compared to his previous years playing. In fact, he had a very low shooting output, and he began to be more assist happy, passing the ball a lot when he was wide open and basically prepared to take shots. And instead of him being open to taking shots, he would just pass it. Adrien Broner, same thing. His production began to fade. He began to have a low punch output. Okay? Now, here's the thing. These things can happen to certain fighters. I have this saying, and I say it all the time. Some fighters get beat up and some fighters get beat down. Two totally different processes. And it's very hard to recover from both, particularly the latter. Number 5, Ben Simmons claimed he had mental health issues, and he began to pull out of playing any games. Well, Adrien Broner, he did the same thing. He began to claim that he had mental health issues, and he pulled out of the fight against Omar Figueroa. Well, as we all know, Ben Simmons then subsequently became inactive, period. So did Adrien Broner. He began to be inactive literally for, at this point, a total of 2 years. Last but not least, Ben Simmons, number 7, pops up as a member of a new team. All of a sudden, now he's a Brooklyn Net. And Adrien Broner did the same thing after being inactive. He pops up on a new team, a new streaming platform, not with PBC anymore, but with BLK Prime. Now, let's put up some stats with Ben Simmons, and let's talk about his low production, his low output. And let's just dive into it just very briefly. Just starting in 2020, his average when he played with the Sixers that last season for 58 games, his average was 32 minutes of playing time on the court, 14 points and 6.9 assists. He goes to the Brooklyn Nets. He goes to the Brooklyn Nets. And in October of 2022, in one game in particular, he played for 32 minutes, had 6 points and only 8 assists. Fast forward to this month, December 2022, his regular season average is about 27 minutes of playing time with 8 points. But in one particular game, he played 25 minutes, 4 points, and 8 assists. Now let's dive into Adrien Broner's stats, particularly starting with his low punch output and lacking productivity inside the ring. Let's start in 2015 when he fought Sean Porter, and he only basically landed 88 punches out of throwing 309 punches total. And then he actually had some stats against Mikey Garcia, where he only landed 125 punches out of 400 total punches. And then he fights Pacquiao, where he landed 39 punches out of 180 power punches. But his total punch output was that he landed only 50 punches out of throwing 295 punches. Now, his last fight against Giovanni Santiago, in the first round alone, his total punch output was 0 punches landed and 12 punches thrown. in the first round. His jab output, 0 punches landed out of 10 jabs. So basically, he threw 12 total punches. 10 of them were jabs, and the other 2 were power punches. Well, we have yet to see if that answer to the question will be revealed. And let's see in February, when Adrien Broner takes on Ivan Redkach in Atlanta, Georgia, if the answer to the question is Adrien Broner, the Ben Simmons of boxing, is true. I'm Manager Marty. Don't forget now, you don't have to wait until this video ends to click on super thanks. You can do that as soon as the video ends. If you want to come back to do it, you can also do it to any of the other videos that you want to check out on my channel. I appreciate your support. Once again, I appreciate you subscribing to this channel. Don't forget to click on that like button. Share this video. Comment in the comment section below. You know, I love feedback. Until next time, roll the tape.